Some good stuff. That's some good stuff.
So Dune Part 2 tells the continuing story of Paul Atreides, who unites with the Fremen and must make a choice between the one he loves and the fate of the universe. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Devin Hollister, and today we're going to talk about Dune Part 2. I just saw this movie last night, and I'm ready to talk about it. I know the first one came out like 3 years ago. I saw it. I did like it. I'm not really too familiar with Dune, but this movie I thought was especially even better. Timothy Chalamet has been coming up in a lot of stuff, and so I've been really interested in anything that Timothy Chalamet is in because I love his acting. I love every movie that he's basically in, and I did watch Wonka. I know I said I was going to do a review on that, but it's kind of like gone too far. I'll do one eventually, but around when it's relevant again. But let's not blabber on too much because I know you guys don't want to hear my stupid fucking voice. So if you guys could just leave a like and subscribe, that would really help me out. And let's get started on Dune Part 2. So starting off with the first main great thing that Dune Part 2 does, of course, like I just said, this is probably, it's not only like a good performance of Timothy Chalamet, but it's also probably the best. I mean, you have a really great, awesome character of Paul Atreides here, who is following his destiny as kind of this messiah that these people on the planet of Arrakis view him as. And, you can really get some of the best, acting of Timothy Chalamet, especially towards the end where he's finally arisen and he's finally taken control of the empire and everything like that. You kind of watch that rise and that journey along with him in the second part to where, the way he's able to not only be humble about it, but of course, towards the end, he's like a totally different person, And of course, like he has like this power to kind of envision certain disaster in the future, kind of like Anakin Skywalker. I think they really did an awesome job with building up Paul Atreides and the character and just showing how he is able to rise and defeat all the enemies. And even though there's a lot more that's eventually going to happen because of the next book, I don't know if they have another sequel planned for this version of Dune, but I think that overall, Timothy Chalamet's performance and character of Paul Atreides was the best thing about this film. Then you also have probably the other great performance in this movie, and believe it or not, it's not Zendaya, it's Austin Butler for me. This was a huge surprise because I loved Austin Butler in the Elvis movie that came out a couple years ago, and I wouldn't have thought he would have been in a movie like this, especially for the character that he was, which was kind of like I don't like I said I don't know a whole lot about Dune, I don't know the alien races or anything like that, but you get this awesome scene where he's like just this skilled fighter that is related to one of that huge fat guy. I'm sorry. I don't know the names, but Austin Butler, what an unexpected performance such as this. He's a vicious, and he serves as like a great challenge for Paul Atreides towards the end of the film. And then Zendaya is also a very good part of this movie. In my opinion, her presence is kind of undershadowed by Austin Butler's character and Timothy Chalamet. But Zendaya, she's a good part of the film. Of course, she's the love interest of Paul Atreides. And her representing her people and her fighting for her people is an important part of the story, and we get a lot more of that in this movie. And just like Timothy Chalamet's character, she has to make very hard choices as well, just like Paul Atreides. So it's an interesting dynamic to kind of watch both these main characters work together, and even though there's a lot of complications between them and the world and what's going on, the fact that they also have to make certain very hard decisions is one of the best aspects of this film, and it's very well written. I think that I wasn't lost during any of it. It was very easy to follow, and you're able to feel a lot of that inner conflict between both these main characters. And going along with that kind of is like kind of the main good thing that I really liked about the story is that even though you have all these complications, even though you have all these hard choices, all these hard battles and the conflict between trying to have Paul Atreides show that he is the one who can lead all of these people on Arrakis to fight against the Empire, to him personally getting revenge for his father's death, for him to help out Zendaya's character's people, and through all of that, you're able to easily follow that, and it's a very well done story, and I think it was a perfect follow-up from the last movie. And another thing that was really awesome was the sound design. You don't even need to see this movie in an IMAX theater to get like this whole huge shaking effect. The thing I really liked about the first film, and especially this one, is the sound design is so like it fills the entire room so well that I feel like I'm in a massage chair at certain points in the movie, and it's so well done. Like I can't even imagine what it feels like to sit in an IMAX theater and feel that shit. So I think that the sound design is perfect in this movie. The visuals, they're good. There's a lot of cool reflection shit going on with this huge sphere ship thing. You get a lot of cool desert visuals, especially with the giant worms, and I think the CGI is pretty good. Um, I got to rewatch the first film because I can't really tell you which movie did the visuals better. But I know they're both perfect. They're both up there with the perfection of what the visuals look like. But this, like I said, the sound design and the visual effects, they're all pretty amazing in this movie. And I don't have any bad things to say about this movie. I think that it did a lot of good, and nothing really all that wrong. I mean, the only thing that I could say that I am kind of mixed about is the relationship dynamic between Johnny, who is Zendaya's character, and Paul Atreides, who is Timothy Chalamet. It's there. The relationship is there, but I don't really feel it to be all that authentic. Like, sure, they have moments where, they get along and they, relate to one another. They, there's one scene where they eventually do it. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't feel that. There's like a weird connection there. I know there's something there, but I don't really feel it. You know what I mean? So if you guys, I don't know if anybody else feels the same. That's just me personally, but I think it's there. Like obviously it's there. It's well written. It's fine, but I just don't feel it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm alone there. Well, everybody, that's all I got for today. I'm trying to just break these videos down more simply instead of over-explaining a lot, because this is a very, sophisticated movie to talk about. So I just try to do the best I can. So thank you guys all for watching. Next week is my next part to the Nightmare on Elm Street films, and I believe whatever next movie comes out, either imaginary. I don't know if I'll talk about Kung Fu Panda 4. I don't know. I find it weird for a grown man to go on screen and talk about a kid's movie like that, but I don't know. But we'll see how it goes. So thank you all for watching, and remember, you could be spending time with your girlfriend and getting a job, but you could be watching the movie with her. Fuck. I gotta practice that. Goodbye.
Some good stuff.